going to be 12-0 leading up to this splat. And splat zones at hump track, somebody's going to take their first L of the entire tournament right here.
Yes, they will, and it's going to be a bloodbath for sure, but we do see some very heavy painting compositions out with that Brella Flingza combo on the side of Climb, and the 52 Squeezer composition alongside that Junior putting out a ton of paint with those specials. And the first cap goes to FT Win, and Ty on this Flingza, they've been running it all tournament, is going to find a pick, and they're going to cap it back, Caution.
Yeah, you and me played against both of these teams yesterday, and we're not really surprised by the comps they're bringing out here. What you see from Climb is basically what you're going to get for the vast majority of the time.
Yeah.
Ty doing a very good job being the player coming in subbing last minute here. Also, they're using Dynamo. Honestly, I was kind of surprised they didn't use Dynamo on this map right here, but so far in the opening second, looks like Climb has control of the lead, but not FT Win starting to threaten to take it back, and they definitely will with that splash right there.
And a very clutch bomb for Toon, able to find that Flingza while they were slacking and putting up missiles in an unsafe position. And right now just going all over the map. Thank you, AutoCam. It's going to be showing us probably some of the best moments and the not best moments in the game. Toon jumping out here after a very quick cap from Climb after getting just a couple of picks over on their flat.
Yeah, both teams having a difficult time establishing control here and getting like a complete lockout out, which is good. That means we got some good close back and forth. And this is probably the first time all weekend these two teams are actually threatened by somebody who's close to their skill level right here. Climb able to take the lead here. Ty got the missiles popped, ready to kind of locate those other not FT Win players as some more shenanigans get thrown their way. Still no splats going down, but there goes Bagel down on the Nautilus, and not FT Win able to come back in and get control of zone as Chara goes down as well. These last two players stuck in an awkward corner here, Magic.
And you would have thought that Biscuit going down there earlier on was going to be detrimental for FT Win during that push, but they were able to bounce back and stall for just long enough for Biscuit to come back and really use those bubbles effectively, and now they got complete control of the mid area. And Top Gun, I don't think Climb has a strong way out of this besides that inkjet armor combo that we're about to see go up.
Yeah, and combined with the missiles as well and bomb rush, so basically throwing everything they can, but it's not going to be enough to stall this lead as not FT Win gets it. It gets 2 picks on top of it as well. Everybody's found those last players sharking around those windows. Oh, Pro Chara getting taken down by a swarm of not FT Win players, and it looks like Climb is about to get their first L of the entire day. Oh, Biscuit sends them down at the window. Not FT Win wins game 1. After a little bit of a shaky start, they wake up and dominate, going up 1-0.
And it was really unfortunate. Bagel was going up in that inkjet right before Leotos sent out that ink armor and was just barely went down before that inkjet was able to get any shots off. And that quick kill probably ends up changing the entire pace of that last 30 ticks right there. And because of that, we're going to see not FT Win. Important, not.
Not FT. Actually, it's not FTW.
Not
it's
FTW.
Not even FT Win. We don't even know who this team is that we got here, but they're doing really well. We expect them to go very far into this tournament. But the question now for Climb is, we don't expect any kind of comp change. We're expecting that Squiffer, that Brella, which, by the way, this is probably one of the few environments ever where you can play Brella to some extent.
Right.
I've even heard Chara on their stream mention that. It's like, unless you're at a LAN, you don't need to be playing Brella. Well, here you are.
Completely different game.
Of course, that Flingza and, of course, Bagel, basically the inventor of the Nautilus. So,
one of the pioneers.
So we expect that same kind of comp. And, of course, it is worth noting, this is a counter-pick system here.
Yes, I was about to mention.
The official counter-pick rule is you just can't pick the most recent.
The recent mode that you won on. So, right, so because.
But not the same map. So, like, they can't camp out at Splat Zone's humpback.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. They definitely cannot pick the same mode that they last won on, and they usually can't pick. And I think they can pick the same map for different modes.
Right.
But it varies a lot with that. But counterpicking is going to change the way that this game is played. All of these players are going to be on their comfort picks for their comfort weapons during this entire top 8, all of top 8. And because of that, it's not going to come down to, oh, well, the map list wasn't good for us. It's not going to come down to, well, because we were playing Rainmaker, we ended up getting cheesed out. It's going to be a lot of splat zones, maybe some clamblets, and these players are going to be playing the way that they know how to play.
when it's set up like this, winning game 1 is infinitely important because it
Right.
basically gives you like home field advantage throughout the rest of the set. All you have to do is win your specific counter picks, and you win. You're gonna win the set. It doesn't matter if not FTW loses here because they have control of the whole set until they lose on their own pick. And it's going to be
Exactly.
Sturgeon Shipyard. I guess they're trying to abuse kind of the main power-up range on that Squiffer.
Yeah, right.
Maybe combined with that Brella a little bit there, but Keo coming out with the Soda Slosh to kind of counter. Oh, and the Dynamo's making a debut as well. That is the Kensa Dynamo with Booyah Bomb coming out from the side of Climb.
And it's kind of the same idea with the Slosher and the Dynamo. They can both utilize these high walls and ledges to their advantage because of the way that hitboxes work and because of how the drop-off of their hitboxes is able to go over these tall structures and around, and not around different corners. But as you see, Prochar going down here on the Brella and Keo making a strong push with his teammates already up, abusing that Slosher range and keeping them way, way back in their pit. 2 members were able to stay alive and keep their special gauges, and because of that, it's going to be a quick push back in from Climb.
We see the Squiffer locking down that left area, and not FTW saying, okay, we'll just take everything from the right. But now we start to see some FTW players go down, and we see that Squiffer starting to push up and get into position that they want to be in. And oh, I thought Prochar about ate it right there, but it's still found the way to climb back up. And now a lockout position able to be established here. Oh, Keo comes around the left side, gets a splat, and Ty goes down as well. So not FTW, doesn't give them the opportunity. Look at that, pushing back in, not using their specials, just using the weapons and getting the splats they need.
Well, I think that armor that Keo had on was important. It allowed him to just really get that much confidence to rush in there and with his team, able to double team and take back that quick left side of the zone. But of course, they didn't get a clean forward down, and so they weren't able to push up as far as they wanted to. They weren't able to push up to the pit. Keo going all the way in here, just trying to find something after being on top of that spinner left in a bit of a precarious situation. And because of that, 2 are going down to the side of FT Win, and this is the zone for Climb.
Keo wanted that inkjet really bad, and Vega punished it perfectly.
Hard,
and that
man.
could be a good situation here if Climb can start to push out. We see one player jumping back, so now the Climb can start pushing up here. Bagel controlling one slide, Ty going down on the Dynamo, and that's going to kind of open the floodgates for the rest of the players to go down as well. That is a wipe on the side of Climb. Not FT Win able to push up now.
And Biscuit is always able to find those really clean picks, right? Able to find that Dynamo early on inside the zone, just finding just the most random positions, and all of a sudden getting quickly caught out. And Keo's up here on the right side, just trying to bait people over. The Dynamo going down once again, and Keo's still up there harassing them in their base. This is the exact lockout that FT1 wanted the first time. And now that they have it, Leota's going down to a bomb, and Biscuit finding a clean pick. Able to get a trade off of it eventually, and the Bombers coming in could spell the lead, but a Booyah Bomb is able to destroy those bombs. Great utilization of the Booyah Bomb's properties. They're trying to send more special in, but it's not going to do it. Not FT Win takes another game.
And it is now starting to get a little nerve-wracking here. If you're Climb, this is the first 2 times you've lost all weekend. And of course, we kind of expected this. This is one of the top teams of all time in competitive Splatoon.
Right.
That they're going up against here. A very difficult team for sure. But when you have counter picks, you have, and this has to be the best bag you have in your bag of tricks, or the best trick you have in your bag of tricks, because you have to win this one. Splat zones, I mean, yeah, a lot of top players love splat zones.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been working, obviously, but I guess what does, or what could work.
Right, and now you're thinking, okay, can we do something to throw off their rhythm? Now you're thinking, is there a mode that we can play that we can maybe try and get one good push, and that will do it? And you're going to start thinking about different modes, and you see they're already deliberating a lot up on the stage, trying to figure out exactly what they want to do, unless there's something. No, it looks like they're just deciding counter picks.
Yeah, you see the lovely and talented K-Bot on stage. Not wearing any cat ears right now, interestingly enough, but trying to coordinate this as quickly as possible. That's one of the great things about doing counter picks in LAN, is that you don't need to just sit there in the Battlefy chat and just basically yell at the team until they give you the counter pick. You got somebody right there saying, "Hey, you got 1 minute to decide what you want to go with."
Usually it's not even
And
that.
it looks like they're going with Splat Zones at Wahoo World as the pick.
We hear some screams over on the somewhere on the other side of the stage, but oh,
That's
well, I know
yeah.
Wahoo World's a great place to go
Yeah.
to. Like the carnival's amazing, but come on.
That's big Wahoo fans in the crowd tonight.
Any Wahoo fans in the crowd?
But yeah, once again, sticking
right.
with that Splat Zones, that's the hill they want to die on. So be it. I guess with that map, what do you think they have? I mean, we know what their comp is going to be, but
Right.
what do you think that map kind of presents that would give them an advantage? I can't, off the top of my head, can't think of what specifically. Just because, not FTW is just way too confident right now. That's the problem. When you got a soda slosher just having a party in your little scaffold area,
Right.
that's a problem.
I think that's kind of their mentality though right now is that they want to bottleneck, right? Like they want to force F2N to get a bit clumped up, die to the bomb rushes, die to the combined pressure of the tap shots of the Squiffer, the chip from the Nautilus,
Yeah.
the chip from the Brella. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Maybe they're trying to figure out, okay, how do we prevent them from really getting off really strong flanks and like isolating team members, because they feel like they can fight as four, and they can definitely do that on Wahoo if they do one strong push to the top area. But we'll see.
Possible match point right here for not FTW, looking to punch their tickets to winners finals here at Riptide. And is that an undercover missile?
That's a Sorella undercover.
Sorella. For those of you not initiated, that is Splat Bomb and Baller coming out, and that's Bagel using it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
The usual Nautilus player deciding to pull out a literal trick in the bag of tricks, trying to find some really strong fighting pressure. Some people have suggested that, especially on land, Sorella Undercover could be one of the best fighting weapons in the game.
Well, we're going to have to see it right here, already going down, and that is Prochara coming off the Brella onto the Rapid Blaster, so they got double baller right here. Maybe that's their strategy with this map. Armor getting popped as you see them start to push up here, but Bubbles from Biscuit Squeezer going down there as well, but one more player, the K-Gal goes down. We see a little bit of a skirmish going on. Trades coming left
Biscuit
and
gets
right.
2, Biscuit gets 3, and a great push utilizing the bubbles, and that's a quad. Biscuit going absolutely off and securing this plat area for non-FT win, getting another one. Wow. Biscuit's going off.
And this is starting to look pretty scary right now. Biscuit way too comfortable right now. It seems like every shot aimed at a player is a direct hit and is causing a kill. And now you see Keo up in that area. Okay, finally goes down with the combination, but a lot of points getting pulled right here. Here goes one baller combined with the missiles that should chase some players out of zone, but there are the bubbles from Biscuit Squeezer just being a hindrance to everything right now, boxing all of these players out. And then we see Prochara's baller going in with 2 players from FTW going down, and it's still not enough. And Ty goes down. That is going to be your game right there. Wow.
Climb took just a little too long dealing with Kyo, dealing with whatever was in their base, and they allowed not FT Win to get their specials back, and that was the deciding factor. FT Win moving on to winners finals, and Climb getting sent to the losers bracket in a clean 3-0 on 3 Splat Zones maps.
What about this makes them not FT Win? Is it the fact that their roster's not the same? That looked like the same doggone dominance we've come to expect from that brand.
Right.
My goodness, each player on that roster just took turns dominating that set.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, the comp from Climb, I like it. Look.
It's innovative.
If you're going to go down, if you're going to lose, it's fine to lose like that. You tried something.
Yes.
Clearly,
they needed to choose
work.
something a little bit differently.
But
right?
they were thinking like the double baller for the zone, I guess. The problem was every time they put ballers in there, those giant bubbles, planet-sized bubbles, just blocked everything out.
This is a great play from Biscuit right here. I mean, just utilizing those bubbles, getting one down, and then just completely isolating each player. And it looked like they were all together, but just the bubbles ended up just causing a lot of chaos, shoving Leo into the zone, and isolating each player. It was very, very talented play.
I mean, that's
what FT Win.
That's what we've come to expect at this point. A good fight by Climb in their tournament is not done just yet.
Right.
They're going to losers. In fact, they're guaranteed top 4. No. They go to
top 6.
Correct. The guaranteed top 6. And they will play, I don't know who, there are 4 teams that are in losers right now. Good Maine, CDs, who had a huge monster upset over Azure.
Monstrous upset.
That was off screen yesterday. Crayons, we did see on stream. And Madhouse,
yes,
who was
Madhouse.
on stream yesterday as well. So those teams competing. One of them will have to go up against Climb, which should be a good matchup, whichever